Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today I'm going to talk to you about 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 8, Episode 16, The Emperor's New Home. So if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. Over here I do the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, whether it be Happily Ever After, 90 Day the Other Way, and the original 90 Day, as well the tell-alls, Married at First Sight, and other news, entertainment issues, topics, whatever, on this channel as well. So please consider subscribing if you haven't. Thank you to all those of you who have already. And everyone, please remember to hit that like button and leave me your comments so I know what you thought about these couples or this 90 Day franchise in general. All right, so we're back to talk about this episode, and there's only 2 more left to go. I honestly thought it was going to be Sunday, or if you stream it the next day, episode was the last one before the finale. But when it ended, it said 2 more episodes and then the finale. So you figure not the finale, excuse me, the tell-all is going to be at least 2 days worth, 2 days, 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Part 2 of a tell-all. So stay tuned for at least 4 more episodes of this. It's already been on for a long time, but hang in there. We're almost done. So on this episode, we have Loren and Alexei, Gino and Jasmine, Patrick and Thais, Sophie and Rob, Ashley and Manuel, Emily and Kobe, Angela and Michael. That seems like it's all the cast, but if you remember, we don't have Big Ed and Liz anymore, and we do not have Nicole and Mahmoud. So we have these couples to go. All right, so I like to start off with the couples who didn't necessarily give to me and didn't have as much, substance to start with. So we're going to go with Loren and Alexei. So Loren is out shopping with her best friend to, one, find some outfits for a date night for Alex and just some outfits in general because she's had a mommy makeover. And so she's saying this is the first time that she hasn't been out with her bandages on, her fupa on, and she wants to feel good. And hey, has a brand new body after having 3 kids literally back to back to back. At the taping, they were 3, 2, and 1. Now they're 4, 3, and 2 if they haven't had their birthdays already. So while she's shopping, she's mentioning to her friend that although she feels good and is excited to go on a date with Alex, she's kind of, apprehensive about trying on new clothes because she's not sure if she's really there yet, meaning she knows she's had the mommy makeover, but she's feeling good, but at the same time, she's not. Now, once she gets in there to find dresses and other outfits, she tries on one that's hot pink, and to me, it kind of looked like a slip, but it was a dress. And Loren is already petite anyways. She's naturally petite. Looks like she's maybe all of 105 pounds. So she was never heavy. One thing we learned about her in previous episodes is that Loren has body dysmorphia. And that is when you look into the mirror, you see yourself maybe, even though she's about 105, 10, 15 pounds, maybe she sees herself at 150, 160 pounds, just very heavier, and notices any little blemish or anything on her body. That just makes her seem self-conscious. So what she sees in the mirror isn't reflective of what someone walking past her or just as looking at her on the show sees. So when she has on that dress, she's saying to her friend, she goes, "Oh, this one is a definite no because I can see all my lumps and bumps." I'm like, girl, where? But again, remember, she has this body dysmorphia. Even her friend says, girl, you are fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not even, too big for the outfit or anything like that. Well, in confessional, Loren admitted that because of her body dysmorphia, that maybe the mommy makeover didn't solve her problem. And I'm like, no, it didn't. It's not maybe. It did not solve your problem. So what we've been saying on this channel in this chat is that she should have tried to, I know that she's had those babies back to back and maybe want to tighten her stomach and, she had a body 360, but you also should have included mental health, because even though you may look, in her words, snatched or want to be snatched, if you are still seeing whatever triggers your body dysmorphia, is not going to change the work, the cosmetic work that was done, and any outfit you put on. So, well, Loren found an outfit that she liked, is like a tiger leopard print dress that reminded her of the sheets that she had when she went to visit Alex in Israel. It's a bunch of TMI, but she got the dress anyways. All right. Now, later on, when we see Loren and Alex on their date night, Alex seems to be happy with the mommy makeover, but there is some other issues or tensions going on. It turns out that Loren, now that her children are getting older, she wants to become more of a businesswoman and, still be a full-time mom. But Alex shut that down. He said, no, that's not what we agreed to. You wanted the kids. She said, well, so did you. But he was saying in confessional that they agreed to a more traditional household where Loren would be the full-time wife and mother. So with that being said, traditional means that then Alex would be the breadwinner. So Loren is trying to tell Alex that she can do both. And he said, no, I don't think so. And do you want me to be like your cheerleader? Because Loren said, well, why won't you back me up? He said, not any man or no man will be their wife's cheerleader. And I was like, maybe they have the same mindset of you as traditional wife, stay home, cook, clean, just be with the kids, maybe barefoot and pregnant, those ideologies. But women can be business women and full-time moms. I mean, it happens every single day. Well, Loren didn't seem like she was very happy with that answer. All right, moving to Gino and Jasmine. Oh boy. I mean, just the constant back and forth, back and forth. New season, same problems, right? So Jasmine and Gino are at a beauty pageant, international women's beauty pageant in Miami. Jasmine's participating in it, and Gino's there being her manager and being her cheerleader, okay, and being her support system. Well, Jasmine and the other ladies are, doing their thing. They're doing their initial walks in their bathing suits and just whatever they do at pageants, right? Now, after Jasmine came down from the pageant, the rehearsals and everything, of course, Gino is there filming and videoing the pageant, but mainly Jasmine, right? Just so he can show her and she can look back to see, maybe, should I turn a certain way? Should I smile a certain way? Should I be a little bit more softer in what I'm doing? So when they get back to the hotel, Gino is saying to Jasmine, hey, I recorded you and I think you need to practice, your walk and your stance and everything. And Jasmine said, what? You recorded me? First of all, you didn't see Gino with the camera crew standing up going, woo, with his camera? Missed me with all of that. I mean, what's the whole point of him being there, right? Well, Jasmine doesn't think that Gino telling her that she should work on her stance, her walk, her smile, is giving her the best advice. She says that it feels like she's being down, like he's talking down to her. And she's like, you know what, Gino, I ban you. I ban you from the other rehearsals and things. I just don't want you there if you can't support me. Now, Gino seems like he's surprised at hearing Jasmine tell him what it is that he can't do. I mean, we've seen this over and over and over again, not just with Jasmine and Gino, but other couples as well. And then sometimes Gino tries to get like all machismo. It's like, you know what? You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do it anyways. And he never calls her bluff and vice versa. So, I mean, Jasmine wasted her breath because, Gino is going to be there cheerleading, okay, for Jasmine and being in her corner. So we'll have to see what happens at the beauty pageant if Jasmine places or not. Okay, let's move right along to Patrick and Thais. So they're having a date night without John and without the baby. I did hear Patrick say that the baby, Alexei, was staying with Thais's mom. So John must be somewhere else doing whatever he's doing. So at the restaurant, Thais is telling Patrick that Alexei met her friends today and everyone was happy for her and, they had a good time. And so Patrick says, oh, well, did you talk about John? And Thais says, yes, of course we talked about John. He's like, why? Why would you talk about John? And she's saying, well, John, bottom line, in my opinion, saying John doesn't have manners. He doesn't know how to act when he's around. And just, he pops off at the mouth was what she was saying in a nutshell. And John does speak his mind. He's inappropriate sometimes, but he is also protecting his younger brother, Patrick, especially protecting Patrick from his dad. Well, Patrick also said that in confessional, he enjoys this particular restaurant that him and Thais have gone out to because that's where he used to come back to Brazil when he was dating Thais. This was their spot. And this is the spot where he decided that he was actually going to learn Portuguese so that he can talk to Thais because she didn't know really English when they first met. And he didn't know Portuguese. And he even said that he spent 4 to 6 hours a day learning Portuguese. I said, that, Patrick, is dedication. Okay. So also during the dinner, Thais was saying to Patrick, the apartment that they're staying in Brazil that Patrick's dad owns, that they should give it up. She says that she doesn't want to continue to give her money to Jose for the apartment because she feels like he's taking advantage of Patrick with the money, upgrades, and different things that he asked Patrick to do financial wise. And even though they can afford it, it just seems like Jose, Patrick's dad, is taking advantage of him. So Patrick says, I don't have the same relationship I had with my dad that you have with yours. And when I was younger, his mom and dad divorced, and that Jose was a truck driver around the States, and he only saw him 1 to 2 times a year. And sometimes, Patrick wanted to have a father figure, and he didn't have that. And so while he's telling the story, he breaks down in tears. I mean, he's very emotional. And even Thais is looking at Patrick like, oh my gosh, he's crying. What did I say? And she gets emotional too. Well, Patrick was explaining again that, having his dad back in his life now that he's older and trying to build a relationship, he said, what's a few $100s that we give my dad to rent out the apartment? Because it keeps that bond and that connection with my dad. And I'm here to say that money doesn't buy love and it doesn't buy happiness. I understand that Patrick wants to have that connection with his dad, and that should be built up, over time. And if it turns out that Jose's dad is using Patrick because he knows that Patrick will give financially for whatever reason, then that's not really a relationship that's equally yoked. So, but it is showing Patrick's heart, his soul, that he is so wanting and longing for his dad's attention and approval. He's willing to do whatever it takes. And I also feel that that's another reason why John is protecting Patrick every time that he is around Patrick and Thais, because as Hey Girl Hey Tamika says, that John is Patrick's support brother, and he really truly is. So the emotions that Patrick gave fell on Thais, and like I said, she was trying to feel for her husband, not trying to feel for her husband. She was feeling for her husband and, giving him support and love during that time. But after that, Thais immediately went into, I understand, but can you do something for me? Can you please try to work on things with my dad and get the blessing for our marriage? And Patrick said, I would do anything for you and anything to get Carlos's support, but all I could do was try. Now, Thais, girl, you couldn't have waited till the next day to have the conversation with Patrick. Let him have his moment. And on top of that, you are the source of the reason why your dad, Carlos, doesn't like Patrick, because he feels that Patrick took you away, when really, Thais, you weren't on the up and up with your dad or your friends, because you're the one that told them that you was going to be in the United States for a couple months and come back, when really you came back 2 years later, married with the baby. So who should be helping out with the blessing and having your dad see that maybe Patrick wasn't in the wrong? All right. So let's move to Sophie and Rob. So it's Rob's birthday, and he decided he was tired of being in Texas, okay? Because Sophie is back and forth with wanting to be in the marriage, wanted to be at the house, just wanted to be with Rob, period. He's like, you know what? I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to go back to my roots in Kansas City and hang out with my family and friends. So when we see Rob, he's in the Uber and he's going to his hotel or whatever, or to his mom's house. I'm not sure where he's staying, but he's giving a little bit TMI on the way. And sometimes Rob can give TNA. I said TNAs. My bad. I mean TMI. He gave too much TMI on it in some episodes. He was saying how, he had his first girlfriend that lived on their street and bada boom, bada bing kind of thing, right? But when we see Rob get to a lunch with his mom, and it's actually the first time we've seen Rob's mom, because when him and Sophie were on a previous season, only his sister and Sophie's mom and Rob's homeboys came to the wedding. Rob's mom wasn't there. Maybe she had other obligations and she couldn't make it. Maybe it was last minute, who knows? But Rob is sitting down talking to her about what the ups and the downs of his relationship with Sophie. And Rob's mom is listening, and she's, to me, soft-spoken, but she looks like she got a little bit of fire underneath all that, though. She's telling Rob, you know what, you're a good person, and, you need to figure out what you want to do with the relationship. You can't base it on what Sophie wants to do, especially if someone is back and forth. If someone is back and forth with you, you can't control someone else's emotions, right? You can only control yourself. So Rob, even though the mom was saying it too, like, figure out what path you want to go to. But I've been saying that, Rob. I mean, how many times is Sophie going to leave with her mom, with Kay, go back and forth and really string you along for what? So Rob was feeling what his mom was saying, and hopefully he'll make a decision soon. Now, later when we see Rob, he's hanging out at the club with one of his homeboys who, is like, hey, let's hang out for your birthday. And Rob has bottle service, and he's sitting there. And let me just say this. Rob is not unattractive by any means. He's a very handsome young man, right? Now, when the bottle service comes and, all the hoopla, why did one of the bottle service ladies sit down and was like, hey, you're cute. I really like you. Are you in a relationship? Like, what's going on? And Rob says, yeah, but it's complicated. I said, see, right there, you're overthinking. Because yes, it might be complicated, but you really should lead off with, I do believe his ring is still on his finger. I'm married. But he didn't do that. Now, the bottle service girl was like, oh, what would you do if I bit you on the neck? And, I really like you. Can I use your phone, put my, number in your phone? I was like, bite you on the neck? Even Rob said, you want to bite me on the neck? I said, oh, she's very, very forward. Okay. Now, Rob didn't say anything at the moment, but outside in confessional, he's really thinking about what he's going to do. He's like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, but I'm not. He's having a hard time thinking if he should cross the line. And he also said, too, tooting his own horn a little bit, he said, I'm attractive. And I always get hit on when I go out. I mean, I can see that, but I guess toot your own horn, Rob. Now, there's a quick scene with Sophie. She's getting ready to go out with her friend Kay. And Sophie is telling Kay that, yeah, it's Rob's birthday and he's in Kansas City and I'm sorry I'm not there. And Kay said, girl, why are you worried about it? Okay, you get dressed. Don't worry about what he's going to do. Matter of fact, drinks are on me tonight. I said, Kay has been a terrible influence on you, Sophie, and going to get you all the way caught up if she hasn't already. All right, let's move to Ashley and Manuel. So we pick back up with Ashley and her sister back at her house, confronting Manuel about that phone call that, Ashley and her sister had with Jonathan, which is Manuel's bestie. And Jonathan told Ashley, but Ashley did ask, where's the money going that she's giving Manuel? Because, Manuel's from Ecuador. He has 2 teenage sons. And so Ashley said, is he still in contact with his ex? And Jonathan said, yeah, I think so. Well, the ex is the mother of his kids, but Ashley didn't ask the right questions. Matter of fact, she didn't ask the right question to the right person. She should have asked Manuel if he had a relationship with his ex where maybe they didn't actually break it off all the way. There's still a little something there, or what, since Ashley wants to get down to the nitty-gritty. And for me, I said every week, they've been on an on and off relationship for 10 years. Ashley's gone back and forth to Ecuador, where Manuel is. And Ashley, you've never met any family or friends, because she only met Jonathan in the States, because Jonathan happened to live in New York too, in that 10-year period of time. So to be apprehensive or wonder if Manuel has something else going on or any secrets, whatever, girl, you had plenty of time to find that out. So getting mad and upset now makes you look like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Ashley, shame on you. Anyways, Manuel said that he wasn't hiding anything. And yes, he does send money to the kid's mom. That's who gets the cash. And there's nothing else going on. And so Ashley was like, so did you send money when we was in New York? Production shows a clip of Manuel asking for his bank card to Ashley. And Ashley's like, no, get away from me, get away from me. So Manuel didn't have his bank card. But then Ashley says, there's other ways to send money if you didn't use the bank card. I said, girl, anytime he sends money, you give it to him. So how else is he going to send it? I mean, make that make sense. Anyways, Manuel is tired of the nonsense. I don't blame him. I've been tired since last season because they just keep going in a circle. And Manuel said, you know what? I can't deal with this. I might as well just leave. I'll probably do better by myself. And what's Ashley say? Ciao, ciao, meaning bye. And Manuel's like, ciao. So that's that on that. All right. Let's move to Emily and Kobe. So the wedding has wrapped up. It's now the reception. And guess who walked into the reception? Kobe's friend Valerie. Now, Valerie has put himself in the mix and caused all kind of drama and has stirred the pot because he doesn't like Emily. And he still can't believe, in Valerie's words, that that Kobe married a white woman. I mean, if he's your bestie, y'all been in contact, you knew this, whether you like it or not, that's his life now in America with 2 children, all right? With 3 conceived on the show, so they have 3 now. And 1 is now named after you, so miss me with all that drama. Now, here's the thing. When Kobe was getting ready for the wedding, and he was sitting with his dad, and Kobe was talking about how his friends, especially Valerie, didn't show up for him and didn't help him get ready for the wedding, he felt really bad. And at the same time, Kobe said, if they don't want to accept Emily, then they're welcome to the wedding, but they can stay over there. I'm gonna have a good time anyways. So Valerie done tipped himself into the reception, grabbed a mic, and Emily and Kobe had no idea what he was gonna say. I was waiting to hear what he had to say too, because he, like I said, he just stirred the pot, right? So he's going to get on the mic and he says something to the fact of, Kobe loves Emily. I'm happy for my best friend. And even though Emily's a white woman, she has proven herself to love Kobe and make a beautiful family. I said, go sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Nobody need to hear all that from you. Okay? You done tiptoed through the tulips because you wanted to be nosy. All right? To say what you said, and it wasn't even to me a real thank you, my friends, and whatever else that came with that. So anyways, Emily and Kobe and the rest of the wedding party had a good night, and that was that. Now, when we see Emily and Kobe later on, they are now getting ready to pack it up to come back home to the States. So we have Emily, Kobe, her parents, and the kids going to visit Kobe's dad and stepmom and his family to say their goodbyes. But before they do, Emily has brought what she calls an American dad or American grandpa outfit for Kobe's dad so that he could feel a piece of the American culture and to feel more as part of the family as a welcome. Because when Kobe came to the States, he brought Emily's dad some traditional Cameroonian outfits to wear. So that was Emily, paying it forward. So Emily said, I have some shorts, a shirt, a fanny pack, and some shoes. I said, a fanny pack? Girl, not American tourists, right? So when Kobe gave the items to his dad, he helped his dad try on the clothes. It was looked like a Stars and Stripes Americana polo, some khaki shorts, some shoes, and a fanny pack. Now, the fanny pack, he didn't have around his waist. He had it around his shoulder. So that was more modern. I'm like, whew, thank you, Kobe, for having your dad look stylish and not do the Americana fanny pack thing, American tourists going on. And they're like, yay. And the dad was so thankful, so thankful for the outfit and for Emily and the family. And it was just a nice family reunion. I'm so happy that their kids, Emily and Kobe's kids, got a chance to see their family in Cameroon and to know their history, to where they come from. So it was very, very nice. So I really appreciate that part of the episode. All right. To wrap it up, Angela and Michael. Well, after all the hoopla, the back and forth, the arguing, the this and the that, guess what? Angela is back home in the States. And who is walking behind her in the airport? Michael got his visa. Okay, Michael has made it after 7 years to America, and he is grinning from ear to ear. He cannot believe it. Neither can we. But hey, neither can we. So it's been a long journey for Michael, more than Angela. Okay, he has gotten that visa, and he is just here in the States. So why does Angela, per usual, because in the past, Angela has brought Michael Americana Stars and Stripes boxers. She's bought him T-shirts, and she's worn her own Americana thing. So that's okay. You're proud to be American. Cool, right? You want to make sure Michael is being a part of I'm American now and, wear the outfits. So she has him a jacket with Americana with the eagle on the back. Now, I was looking at the jacket. I'm like, the eagle doesn't look like a traditional eagle. I'm like, girl, did you get that from the swap meet somewhere? Either way, Michael is appreciative of the jacket, and, he is, again, thrilled to be in America. Now, on the way home to Angela's house, I thought it was real funny before they got into the Uber. Apparently, it's Christmas time because in the airports, the Christmas trees and things were up. So it's cold, it's winter time. And so Michael steps out. It's like, it's cold. She goes, that's why I got you a jacket. Michael is used to weather in Africa. So it's a lot warmer than in the States. So when they got in that Uber, Angela explained to Michael, I'm happy you're here. Now we're on the same soil. We can go forward in our relationship and work things out as they come about. Arguments shouldn't be as bad because we're face to face now. And then she also says that when we make it to the house, don't come out right away, because I haven't told Skyla, which is Angela's daughter, or the grandkids that you are here with the green card. I'm going to let them think that it was denied one more time, but you set your alarm for 5 minutes and then you knock on the door. So that actually leaves us with the cliffhanger for next week. So next week, we have Michael knocking on that door, and the grandkids are screaming like, oh my God. And Skyla's eyes are looking like, oh, Michael is here. Okay. And then we have Thais and Patrick are spending the day with Thais' dad, Carlos, so that Patrick and Carlos can bond, and Patrick can ask for the blessing. And I'm like, that ship has sailed. Just try to bond for the sake of the granddaughter. We have Alex and Loren still arguing over Loren working outside the home. And then we have Rob still deciding what he's going to do at the club whether he's going to take home the sneaky link or not. And then finally, we have Ashley and Manuel. They leave. Manuel has left the house, and will he stay gone? Or will he come back to try to work things out? So, all right, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share. And until next time, everyone, live simply, be grateful.